Hi guys. Now, there's probably some of you out there going, Mr. Fix It, what? Right, basically I had a really bad week this week in terms of things breaking. So you probably saw, if you watched one of my other videos, the sander broke, and we managed to fix that on the fly. But on the same day, the washing machine packed up, and a gift I got for my son for Christmas, this is a second-hand one, I dropped and stopped working. So that's three things in one day that basically got broke or stopped working. So I thought I'd try and fix them and record it and see if we can actually fix them. So I'm no electrical engineer, I'm no super expert on this stuff, but a lot of people these days seem to throw things away rather than try and fix them. So I thought I'd just basically show, if we can fix it, how relatively easy it is to do. So yeah, so I was going to do a video on the washer, a video on see if we can sort this out. Done the sander on the other video, which I'm not sure if you've seen or not. I can't tell you what it is on this one because it's a Christmas present. You might see it before the other one. And then I promise I'll get back and I'll do the video on the exhaust to that. Alright guys. Okay, today's fun task is fixing our washing machine. I can't show you the fault because it's not actually redoing it anymore. But basically, we have either all the lights coming on here, or the top one, middle one, and bottom one. So if I started it running now, it'd happen eventually. What I've done today is I've got a big old pile of wet clothes down here now, so we've cleaned the filter out, which is dead easy to do. All you do is unscrew it. Obviously if there's water in there, it's going to come out, piddling out first, so you have to use the drain to get it out. Make sure that the impeller in there, the fan in there's, you see it? You can't see it. So make sure it's spinning freely anyway. And then the filter part here, that was full of gunk, but that wasn't the problem. So if you turn it to drain, where are we? Empty. Let's go. So that's the pump running, you can hear running. If you take this off, you can actually do it, but there's no water in it, and you can actually see the impeller spinning. So that wasn't the fault. But if we turn it to spin and press go, our Seimans E1416, it doesn't do anything. So basically, it'll just click away. You can hear the relays clicking away and stuff. Pump's running, but it ain't spinning. So we're going to be doing the bushes on this one. Or we're checking the bushes on the motor, this next point of call. I'm hoping it'll be that. So the bushes, could be the motor, could be the controller, at which point I'm not sure it's a achievable fix, but we shall see. Okay, so I pulled it out. First job is to disconnect the water feed, which is on this one. Normally I do it at the other end, but it's all a bit temporary at the minute because we're in the middle of installing our utility kitchen units and stuff. So take it off, so I've not got water hopefully tiddling everywhere. And there's also the drain, which I'll pull out. Okay, so water's disconnected. I've tipped it over on its edge. I did it on its side rather than the back, as I suspect the motor will be at the back somewhere, so I'm hoping it'll allow easier access, but we'll soon find out. If you do put it on its side, and the filler tray is at the top corner like that, water does come out and to close down on the floor to mop it up. So we'll just wipe these off as a talk bit. So we have to let these bad boys off, and I shall come back to you in a minute. Make sure the plug's out. Okay, so we've got the bottom off the washing machine. There's the motor. Looks pretty clean actually. It's a bit carbony up here, but yeah, it looks pretty clean. I'm surprised. Your bushes are here, so they're inside these white housings. Your carbon bushes, and they have a electrode which goes to the centre of the motor there. This one looks like it's underneath the plug, so it's going to be awkward. I'm going to try and get this bad boy out. Hopefully it'll come out. Okay, so the main plugged off. Now it's got a little lock spade on it. Can be a pain in the bum. And if you can see, just at this end there's a little square. What you have to do is you have to push from underneath, where the screwdriver's gone under there, to push that little square up And what it does is it pushes that strip there and it takes the lock spike out. Now I've pushed it up already, I'm not sure if it's actually released it or not, we'll soon find out. But oh, I need 2 hands for this one. Right, that came off relatively easily. So this part here now, you just see there's a thin part just there. So this part should slide that way. And hopefully it'll just ping out. We'll soon find out. Little sausage fingers to the rescue again. Oh, there we go. So that should, in theory, just come straight out now. Hey, there we go. And that's your bush, so it's nothing complicated. You need to take note which way it came out, so the carbon part at the end wears in a certain way. So if you're going to be putting them back in again, they need to go back the same way. Side, unfortunately, it's kind of unsighted. So I've got me a little torch and I've got me a mirror. Unfortunately, I'll not be able to film it because I can't hold the camera and do that at the same time. So I'm never going to take that one off the same way as the top one, and I'll come right back. And that's what it should look like. So there's quite a significant difference there, and it's fair to say that they're pretty worn out. So we're going to fit the new ones in the washing machine motor now. A reverse of what I just showed you when we took it off, really, so it's pretty dead easy. The only thing to look at is there's an angle on the end of the brush. And if you look at the motor, you can see the angle the brush holder is. So it shows you which side it should go on. So you want the flat part against that, so it fits like that. Okay, so it's a little bit fiddly getting the spring to go all the way in and then trying to seat the spade part at the top. Basically, you put it all the way in, and then you have to put the back edge here in first, and then you basically put the front edge in, goes onto the edge, which through the thin part of the spade, and you slide it forwards just to lock it in place so it can't come back up in the air. And that's it. So I've got the big bug to go back on. Oh, sorry, no. We've got the spade to go back on first, which you can't do with one hand. Bug back in, and then we're going to do the underside, and hopefully we'll be rocking and rolling. Taking it apart again. So I want to show you something. How easy that moves. It's going to be relatively easy moving, so this spring, which is hardly strong at all, can push it against can push the brush against the motor in the centre. Now, if we get this other one, if you can see there on the side, this one's a bit tight. I'll take a photo and show it better. And when this one goes in, oh, that's interesting. This one goes on the top, but on the bottom it's really tight. So I don't know if it's something wrong with the holder possibly on my motor then. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a little bit of emery paper, just take a small slew off this outside edge where it's been rubbing, look, and then hopefully it's going to slide in and out a lot easier. Be careful with this because I don't want to damage it. They're quite brittle. Take a small shaving off the edge all the way along. Actually, you don't want it to rattle that way, you'll be really careful, as it can be, I guess, slightly loose the other. I don't want it loose at all really, I just want it to be a nice snug fit. Okay, so that's the bottom brush back in. It was a bit of a fight, upside down and back to front of the mirror is really fiddly, so I'm assuming the usual procedure would be to remove the motor, just to make the job easier, I don't know. But I didn't do that. So I'm just checking to make sure everything's moving fine. It seems to be. Sounds like it's catching anything. So I'm going to put the bait in the bottom of the machine back on, and we'll give it a try. Fingers crossed. So we put it into spin, pump's pumping, and the spin's spinning! Yeah! I wonder how much money we've saved. Okay, I'm now sat here among so many piles of wet clothes I can't dry them in time because the washing machine's working again. So I'm curious to know how much money we actually saved by doing the brushes myself. So to do that, I'm going to phone a guy and get a quote for coming out and fixing the washing machine and putting a pair of brushes in. Now, I wouldn't normally do that because I kind of feel like it's wasting someone's time. But in this instance, he owes it me. So basically, last weekend, I phoned him up for a quote on a pair of brushes, and he said £13.50, which is quite a big hike on the £2.50 I paid on eBay for them. Unfortunately, when I drove down to fetch them at 1:30 on Saturday afternoon, and he advertised to be open till 2, he'd gone Christmas shopping. So because he went Christmas shopping, I had to wear a pair of pants twice in a row. Not happy. So yeah, he owes me. So I'm going to give him a bell, and hopefully he's going to quote me for coming out and fitting a pair of brushes, and we'll see how much money we've actually saved.
We've got an engineer what does them, but is it an integrated machine?
No, it's just standalone.
Standing, is it?
Yeah.
It costs about £65 to fit them.
Is that including the bushes as well?
Yes.
Okay. Okie dokie, right, so you're free from next week?
Friday after the holidays are the 2nd for you.
Bro, fabulous. Okay, that's great. Thank you, sir. Have a good Christmas.
Right, thank you very
Cheers.
much. Sir.
Ta-da.
Bye-bye.
65 quid. So by my reckoning, we've saved £62.50. That's a good saving.